Every time I entered a tournament, all the women would come up to me and say, hey, you know, it's so good to see you. It's so good to see you move like that. You're an inspiration to us. I'm a full figure woman. And I said, hey, we can do it too.
Familiar territory, Hazeltine Park. We are back again, this time to check out Sifu Rosa Trenado, who of course teaches Hung Gar Kung Fu with legendary Sifu Don Hamby, but she is a Sifu in her own right, so we're gonna do a second pass this time to spotlight her today. Remember guys, if you have not already done so, go ahead and hit that like down below. Tell me what you guys like, tell me what you don't like, then of course subscribe to the channel. That helps us out to grow and grow again. And make sure you stay to the end of the video so you can check out some self-defense techniques that Sifu Rosa will show us from Hung Gar. Let's go. I'm here with Sifu Rosa Trenado.
Hey.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Last time I was out here, I was with you and Sifu Don. So we definitely have some history going. Let everybody know, and I know you practice Hung Gar, when you started, how you got started in Kung Fu.
Yes,
interest started, yeah.
I got started in the late 90s. I started sparring, I started doing tournaments. First year, really enjoyed it. It was mostly though men. It was very few women doing the sparring, doing the fighting, doing the playing. We play around in Kung Fu, we call it playing around. We're not out to, you know, knock each other out, especially when it's your classmate. We don't do that.
Yeah, for sure. And what was it about Hung Gar that was like really spoke to you, like I want to train in that art? Like,
it was mostly because of the animal instincts. I saw the tiger, what the tiger techniques are, the crane, the dragon, the spirit. This is what really brought me out to Kung Fu.
And before this, you used to do, you explained to me you ran marathons and stuff like that, so you already came from an athletic background.
Exactly. I ran marathons for about 10 years before I got into Kung Fu. As I was doing a long distance run in the park, I saw Sifu Donald Hamby practicing with another student, and I said, hey, wait a minute, I've never seen anything like this. And mostly, you know, Kung Fu with Bruce Lee movies and all these things like that, you mostly see Asian, or this is a Chinese martial arts. And I said, hey, wait a minute, I noticed the strength, knew the different animal characteristics, and I said, hey, this is something I'm really interested in.
Very nice. Yeah. So along the way, you've done tournaments, you've competed. What did you naturally want to just compete as you were practicing, or that was a thing you liked, or?
This is a thing that I really like, the hands-on, and not only because of that, because I said if I'm gonna try to, you know, to defend myself. I had a home invasion. I had people following me from work in alleyways. I had a flasher, a guy on the bus, you know, things like that. So, and I was always running on my own by myself. When marathon running, you know, you're solo. It's like a Kung Fu. Sometimes you're solo practitioner and you're practicing. You can't wait for somebody else. You gotta go out there and do it. So for self-defense, I said, I've got to learn how to use this, not just my forms, but I got to learn what am I doing? You got to execute the techniques. The forms are like a dictionary. You use it as a dictionary. You pull out the techniques out of the form.
Nice. And so what made you, obviously naturally then you started to teach as you became a Sifu. Did you kind of feel like the need to do that and kind of be a role model, or?
I wanted to teach kids because I have kids of my own, and I wanted to show them the self-defense version, like bullying. There's a lot of bullying going on at school. So I said, you know, you guys need to defend yourselves. You need to at least defend, block, kick, or run.
right. You can get it running.
Oh yeah, you're not just gonna stand there. You know, don't just stand there. Yeah, you stand up for yourself, and let me tell you, you will get respect.
Yeah, for sure. So as a woman of color in particular, did you see like kind of like a void? Because you started in the late 90s where not a lot of women were practicing this.
Exactly, Sifu Quasi. That's so absolutely true. I saw very, very, very few, if nothing, women in the martial arts. But I usually competed within myself and played and sparred with the men.
Right.
Mostly. There weren't hardly any women around. But I did lose my first fight with a woman. She was more experienced. It was my very first. And I said, never again. I went hard. I went really hard for many years. And I never lost another fight. I said, Harley, this is not going to happen again. So I took it really, really seriously. And I said, no, this is it.
Yeah, no, I hear you. So at your peak, what do you think, how many days a week do you think you're training, say, like at your peak when you're really into it?
I was training 5 days, 6 days, 7 days a week.
Wow.
Usually Saturdays and Sundays would be the running up the hills, Griffith Park Hills, early in the morning.
Right.
I practiced in the ring. At that time, the Olympic Auditorium was open. Go and you get the canvas training. It's a lot different than running around in that ring. It just saps and drains your energy, but you need it. You need the type of training. I sparred with the boxing women there. I used the techniques, I used the Kung Fu, and I had a lot of confidence.
Now, have you ever, since you really got into it, have you ever really had to use it in real life, like in any situations? Yeah?
Yes. Oh my God, yeah. Kung Fu practitioners, like you and I and everyone else, we're humble. We're humble people, but when people invade your space, it's only so much. Yeah. So you know something's about to happen. And it happened where this woman was just arguing me about a parking space, which is really common.
Excuse me, I was waiting for that space. Yeah? Tough.
She came after me and just went like that. Okay. Just reached over at me, and the only thing I can do is, you know, in our practice, when somebody's coming, you got to give back.
Right.
So as she came over like this, so you got to block, she was going to pull my hair, because that's what they usually is, a lot of pulling hair and punching. Yep. So I saw that coming, went under, got her and just punched her, you know, the flying crane, everything. It just came instinctively. And that's what my Sifu always said. If you can't use it, then what have you learned?
Right.
And I was training for a fight at that time. And my Sifu was right there. He was like, oh my God, Rose, it took me like almost 10 hours to get up the stairs. It just happened so quickly. And then the husband came and you got him as well. You take his arm and you twist it and you side kick like that. Then you took him like that and he went down, she went down. Everybody said, okay, I'm confident, I've learned.
Yep.
If you have to use it in the street at a moment's notice and you know you can use it, then you've learned.
All right, so you guys train like mostly on the weekends here. Like if people want to get in touch with you guys and like train with you, if they're interested.
Exactly, we can train here, out in the open, safe.
And is there the website that you guys have, or is a specific number? Should they call you or Sifu Don?
They could either call me or Sifu Don. We're both here, we're both training, we're both teaching.
Okay, so you know my one segment is 5 crucial questions for Kung Fu masters. Are you cool if I ask you those 5 right now?
Here they come. Absolutely, I think they should. I think this will test the art, but I would say don't go in there blindly. I would say watch, look to see what you're up against. But I also know that Kung Fu, it's a self-defense. We use different types of weapons, true martial arts, using the weapons, the stick. In the old Shaolin, they used the staff set to fight. Ward off animals, everything. The staff set is the most popular set. But as far as MMA has a lot of martial arts that they're getting from Wing Chun, they're getting from Hung Gar, they're getting from Muay Thai, they're getting from all over the place. The flying crane kick, they're doing everything. There's a mixed martial arts. Not yet like before, it was jiu-jitsu mostly on the ground and things like that. Our thing is not to avoid getting the ground, but we need to get down in the ground, we're gonna do it as well. So I think absolutely they should exchange, but not to an extent to have broken arms, broken legs, you know, but yes, I think they should. Only in Kung Fu movies back then, yeah, you know, like you were saying, the Bruce Lee movies, there were Chinese martial artists, practitioners in the movies, and we all wanted to do this Kung Fu, we all wanted to do it. I wanted to do it, but yet I don't recall seeing a woman master martial artist. I'm not saying that there wasn't, but yet I don't recall. It's very, 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 very few women. So for me, I just wanted to be the best that I can be. Very interesting question. Coming up, competing in tournaments where I had to compete not only with, you know, with the women in my category, but also, yes, this martial art is an Asian martial arts where I did compete with Asian practitioners, and I've always felt like in the back of my mind, honestly and truthfully, I'm gonna tell you that I felt, oh, it's an Asian martial art, she's gonna win. I know it because might choose over non-Asian, and I was like, okay, I gotta get better, I gotta be better, I gotta be the best, I gotta be on top of my game so they can just go ahead and see that non-Asians can also do it. It's very practical. It's very practical when you're fighting, street fighting, anything goes. Elbows, breaks, hitting the vital areas, which we all know is face, groin area. As a martial art practitioners, we know these vital areas and will not hesitate to use them if we need to defend ourselves.
So you think form practice really helps enhance and bring out the applications and stuff?
It absolutely does. Practice, practice, and more practice. Stay on the path, stay on it. Don't look for something else, look for someone else. Know your art. Be honest with yourself and just practice every day. It's a way of life. Every time I entered a tournament, all the women would come up to me and say, hey, you know, it's so good to see you. It's so good to see you move like that. You're an inspiration to us. I'm a full figure woman. And I said, hey, we can do it too. I don't know if you know Bolo in the Kung Fu movies, he can move. He's on top of his game. He's respected. He's a superstar in Kung Fu. You don't have to be any other kind of way. Just be truly yourself. Be true to yourself. You don't have to be small. You don't have to be short. You don't have to be thin. You don't have to always be in a diet, but be true to yourself. Get out there. Get out there and do your thing.
Nice. So you think there are a few self-defense techniques you can show us in the audience from Hung Gar?
Of course. We're gonna demonstrate tiger claw, lock, grab, twist, and attack. The first thing the opponent's gonna do by reaction, he puts his arm up. It's an instinct. The tiger is gonna grab, twist, and hit. He's gonna grab the same arm and hit. See? Turns. Crane, hand, Manipulate the elbow, knee. And do it again if you want, knee. Get behind the leg, bring that leg in. Boom, and down he goes. You can do anything from here. You can go down, bend the arm, whatever you might want to do. You can go down.
All right, there it is. Another 5 questions answered from yet another Kung Fu master. Hope you guys enjoyed this time. Make sure you do me a favor and go ahead and drop your comments down below. And let me know who you'd like to see on the channel as we keep things moving, all right? And of course, if you haven't already, smash that like button down below. Let me know if you're feeling it. Share, share, share. That's how we grow. Thank you to Sifu Rosa for being a part of this video.
Hey, this is Rosa Trenado. Thank you for watching Kung Fu Chronicles.
Check out a few other videos you may like while you're here. Stay safe. See you all in the next round. And of course, keep punching.